her picture now.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I just hit record. Welcome to episode
We're not
two of.
recording yet. We don't know what we're discussing. I don't want to waste my time like last time.
We're not going to waste our time.
Mm-mm.
Trust me.
No, no, I
Trust
don't
me.
trust you. I don't trust you. Out of the ready things
Okay.
that we said that we want to talk about, you've only chosen one.
When you are overrated, that's when it becomes like plastic.
Yeah, but like this is
You want
not
to.
even
You want
about
to.
being over ready. Like we're not ready at all.
But me, I'm ready. You are not ready.
Okay.
Why are you not ready?
Because I don't know what we want to talk about.
You don't have to know. That's why you have me.
Well, I had you last time and I just felt like our talk
No,
was
you didn't have
dry.
me. You didn't have me.
Okay.
You didn't have me because I was going through a lot. But
Okay.
no, I'm still going through a lot, but like it's a lot calmer.
Okay,
How have you
please.
been?
Some things that we need to be conscious of. One, as we're doing this recording, don't stand up and start closing the door, turning on the tap, all those sort of things. Don't do it. Because we did it in our last
That's almost
recording.
unavoidable.
No, no, it's avoidable. In our first
Yeah, I don't.
recording, we didn't do it. In our last recording, you did it. That's part of the reason why I was like, we
Okay,
really
so
should
should
talk.
we record tomorrow then?
I don't understand. What are you doing today that you must turn on the tap and close the door?
Because it's nighttime. Like, yeah, it's going to be like activities in my house.
Not activities in your house. It's about you. You last time when we were recording, you carried.
Should we record tomorrow then?
I'm not going to have the mental space to do that thing tomorrow for real.
So if we do tomorrow, like around
I will
12
not
my
have the
time,
time. Tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow is Monday. I would be very anxious and everything tomorrow.
anxious.
Yes, tomorrow is Monday.
What's causing your anxiety?
I beg. I'm serious. And then
There's a like I'm in front of my window and I can see like a windmill, like a wind thing, and it's just really beautiful.
what does that
Like a wind farm, like a wind farm. That's that thing that rotates
yeah, what
to
does that
generate
have to do with
electricity.
anything we're discussing?
I'm just like my view is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, as long as you don't stand up from where you're sitting, we're good.
I can't guarantee how long is this going to be for.
An hour.
Okay, we've already done 2 minutes
No,
in,
we're not,
3 minutes
that's not
in.
part of it though, because I'm not posting that thing. Okay.
Okay,
So how are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing alright. Why did you say our last recording was boring?
It was boring because we like we were both of us, our minds were not in what we are recording, and we were just talking. We're just talking. Like there's a difference when
But I listened to it and I enjoyed it.
you didn't listen to it. What are you talking about? You said you
What do you
you
mean I didn't
literally
listen to
told
it?
me you could not find the recording.
I found it again. I found it then and I found it again.
It was boring. Like there's a difference when you're talking to yourself.
Should we publish it and let people tell us if it was boring or
It
not?
is boring to look like
Should we publish
wait
it and tell
to
people,
chill when you're talking to yourself and amongst your
hey,
friends.
I just turned 30. You can't tell me to chill anymore.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
I'm not your mate. That's what it means.
Anyway, what I'm trying to
Wow.
say is that when
Wow.
you are talking to when you're like do you understand that like you have to bring out yourself from a selfish point of view, or not selfish but like self-centered point of view, that you find something interesting does not mean that it is going to be interesting to a wide audience. So like you have to think about from
No, but it also that's you actually that is being selfish at this point
ha
because it's not interesting to you. Does not
no,
mean
it's
it's not
not
going to be
necessarily
interesting
we're the
to
ones that
others.
had the conversation, so obviously I it was interesting, like we're talking about things that we're interested in. But you don't understand that the way we're conversing, we're not expanding things. Like, don't you get it's not.
Did you listen to it again?
Yes, it was boring. That's why I texted you and I'm like, "Ma'am, we can't
No,
publish this
no, you didn't
thing."
listen to it again because I didn't send you the link.
Okay,
So how
yes,
could you
that's
have listened
true.
to it again? You fucking liar.
Because Muslim, I thought about our
Uh,
entire conversation. I'm just like, man, that thing is dead. Like we shouldn't publish that stuff
Dead,
because
dead to you, but not dead to me. I'm gonna publish this and I'll let people know.
uh,
If
Tolu,
people
first
say
of all,
if one person says again one person say if five people say it's shit, then I'll
it
remove
is
it.
shit. And then the funny thing is that you don't understand, our demeanor was not even good because we're recording like we're being forced to record, not like we're having like conversation, just talking. And another thing is that you were moving
Hmm.
up and down during the call, like you're turning on the tap, you were like all those sort of things. Obviously, our vibe is not to be perfect, it's like to have chats, but at the same time, we're not going to be chatting like we're chatting inside our head. Do you know how many times I had to call you out on like you're just murmuring, like you're talking to yourself? You're not.
Those parts were supposed to just be edited. Like it was not a big deal.
Uh, the thing is that just generally the vibe was not good. The vibe was not good, and that spoiled like the conversation direction, the conversations, everything. It wasn't giving.
So you think that was significantly different from the first one we
Yes, it
recorded?
was way more different.
No, I don't think so.
It
No, I don't
was
think
in the
so.
first one we were having fun, we're chatting. In this second one, we're
Fun.
yeah.
I think I had more fun in the second one though.
Uh, yeah, I don't think so. Maybe you were going through things that day, so that felt like a break. But I'm telling you that that second one, our vibe was not there. Our vibe was not there. I even said it on the call at some point that this thing is just we're just not in it.
I think you are projecting whatever you felt
No, in
on
fact, self,
me
I
and
was
the
thinking
entire
about you
audience.
more than I
Your
was
vibe
thinking
was
about
not
me.
there. Your
Oh
vibe
my
was not
god.
there, and so
There was a
you're
time stuff that you were
generalizing
just
and then
checking, you
saying,
were checking social media and just like talking about like we were just
"Of
I
course,
wasn't
I
hearing
was looking for conversational topics to bring up because that's what we do."
what Tolu. I'm not that second one I wasn't feeling it. So let's not make the same mistakes because
Okay, we'll
if
post it. We'll post it.
I'm
We'll
not
post it.
posting it
We'll
and
post it.
I'm not posting it, I said too many secrets there. And if you
Okay, that's what you say. That you
no,
don't
I
have to post
didn't
it
say
because
any
you said so many
secrets.
secrets. We
I
have spent
didn't
7 minutes. I borrowed 1 hour from my partner, so like we need to
yeah,
get
that's
to
what
it.
I'm trying to say. Like, let's not make the same mistakes again.
Okay,
Mhm.
so what's
So
up?
is it because you borrowed
Why
one
were
hour
you
from your
depressed
partner?
last
Is
week?
that why you're hurrying us off and you're like, oh, let's just post
Yes,
the
of
one
course. Yes, of course.
from
Yes, of course.
the yeah? So
Yes,
that's
of
what you will
course.
say. Instead of saying that the other one was good, just say that you don't
No,
you're
it
trying
was
to rush
good.
off.
No,
It wasn't good.
regardless
It's
of
just
this,
because you are you're rushing.
I'm not
You
rushing.
are rushing.
I'm saying let's get to it.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
We're not paid to do this thing, so we must not even post this week. Shay, you know.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course. I know.
Okay, oh yeah, start.
How many days have you gone without brushing your teeth? Random question.
Like in forever or just like now? I don't understand.
I don't understand. What do you mean
Do you
forever?
mean
Have you been here
today or do
before?
you mean like in my entire lifetime? What's the longest I've gone without brushing my
Yeah, 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 yeah.
which
Your entire life.
let me see. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Should I tell you mine?
What's yours?
3 days.
When was that? Because probably as a kid, there are probably times that I escaped
No, no, no.
brushing my
Conscious,
teeth.
conscious. When you're conscious, when you're responsible for yourself.
Oh, why would you do that? I don't get.
So I had an accident, and I was in coma,
Oh.
and then when I woke up, yeah, so 3 days.
So I don't understand. So didn't they brush your teeth for you?
Nope.
When was this
My
accident?
mouth was literally smelling to me, and I could feel all the plaque on my mouth.
When did you have an accident and get into coma?
Uh, when was this? This was 2015 or so. 20, no, can't be 2015. 2013. 2013, thereabouts.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think.
How old were you? I knew you. We met in 2013, right? So was it before or after we met? Okay, because I know it's like you had one accident that time, right? Was that the accident?
Yeah, I don't know when I met you, but
It
probably then.
was. What do you mean by I don't know
Probably,
when you met me? Are you dumb? We met at Elisha in September or October, I think. Either September or October. One of the.
I don't know what year I mean,
We met in 2013. That was the year I graduated from
if you say
secondary
so.
school. Which one is
If
if
you
I
say
say
so.
so? Are you okay?
Because I don't remember.
Okay, I
It's
remember
not
and
that
I'm
deep.
telling you, it's not that deep.
I said if you say so now.
Okay,
Ah,
so which
wahala.
wait, when did you have an
Yeah, get
accident in
wahala.
2013?
I don't understand. What question? What do we know the question? What's the
I
when
want
did I
to
have the
gauge when
accident?
you
I don't
had
understand.
when you entered.
I don't remember.
But
Don't
you
stress me.
just said 2013.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you like the thorn in my flesh?
No, you're just I think you're unsettled because you want to go and do something. So and I know there's something you want to go and do, so let's do it.
Okay,
Let's talk about bidding. That's what you want
good.
to talk about,
Thank
right?
God we're here. Thank God we're here.
Mm.
So we breaking news. The current president of America, United States of America, has just stepped down from the presidential election following pressures by his party members and donors and folks of that caliber. Um, First reaction for me was why now? And I was trying to answer that question when I saw the next tweet where, yeah, I think you know, even brought it to me, where he said he's endorsing Kamala, and then I'm like, what the fuck? So I have, holy crap, okay, I thought this stuff stopped recording. So I have two issues with that decision, and the two issues is we knew this was going to happen before now. We knew this was going to happen like we'll be in this precarious situation like 2 3 years before now, right?
Hmm.
I think for a developed democracy, for an advanced democracy like America's, we should have prepared better, or they should have, because what the fuck is we? They should have prepared better in fielding a worthy opponent against Trump. We all knew Trump was going to run for election. Like Biden was not going to be contesting against the new guy. So the chances and the optics for um for Trump um to succeed if it was Biden, especially the current state he is, both health wise and in terms of like just everything that's happening now was quite low.
No, it
Even if
wasn't. You yourself,
it
you
was quite
no
low. Let me
Tolu,
finish.
you
Let me
knew when you
finish.
started thinking about this thing, and it
Holy
was
crap. Let
literally
me
the
finish.
debate
Let me
that made
finish.
things to turn around. Before then, the thing is that Trump is like,
See you.
Trump is
See
like,
you.
you calm down. Trump
Ah.
is like, the thing is that people just feel like, okay, Trump against
Can we establish
just about
decorum?
anybody, right? Should be
Emmanuel,
like,
can we establish decorum?
okay,
Can we establish decorum?
okay.
Okay. Do you want me to finish first or do you want to continue talking?
I don't. If you are talking, say the correct thing because if not, I'll have to
Do you
cut
want
you.
me to finish first? I mean, do you want to just continue talking? Let me
Okay,
know what you want
say
to
what
do.
you want to say, but say the correct things, or else I'll have to call you back from when you're
No,
walking away.
you let me land. You let me land
That
because
land to
I'm driving somewhere.
don't go and be saying you're going to Mars, and then I'm seeing your rocket going to Pluto. I have to call you back.
Yeah, no, you don't need to call me back because I'm still going to Mars. Even though I'm going to go to Pluto, I'm
Mm-mm.
still going to go to
That
Mars.
road is not
So
straight.
let me be. Let me. No, it does not concern you which road I take. I'm trying to drive somewhere, right? Thank God we've established that now. All right, cool. Moving on. Yeah, now you've made me lose my train of thoughts. My point is, Biden should, like we all knew, that Trump is not a small
Who
person
is
to
we?
run against. The whole world, Democrats, everybody knew Trump is not going to be an easy opponent to contest against in this election. This is not UK election we're talking about here. This
But
is
Tolu, what do you know about
America's
the
election.
US elections? That's what I want to even understand. What do you know about US elections?
I don't know much. I'm just a spectator
So
like
since
you
you
two.
don't know much, why are you saying this we?
I'm commenting.
You're
That's why
saying we,
I'm
the
correcting
whole
myself.
world, like we
I'm,
all
I'm
agree.
correcting myself
We don't all
based off
agree. You're saying the whole
You don't
world.
think Trump is a you don't think Trump is a worthy opponent. You don't think Trump is a strong opponent.
What do you mean by strong opponent?
Do you think Trump is a stronger opponent? It's a simple question. Yes or no?
Now or when?
In
When
this
there are
current
so many,
election,
there have been so many phases through this election. Even in the Republican
since
Party,
the
before Trump,
since the
um,
last
do you know that
election
even
that he
in the
lost,
Republican Party, not everybody wanted Trump to be the candidate.
of course, because they are primaries, but
Yeah,
like
so
the
like you're saying as
majority,
if
you
no,
can't be
it was
talking
a
like this,
landslide. Like
Emanuela.
there are people in the Republican Party who did not believe that fielding Trump was a winning candidate. So what are you saying?
I don't understand your points.
My
Like
point is that
when primary
there's
election are run,
mm,
like what happens? What do you think happens there? Do you think everybody wants the
that's a different
obviously
thing from saying that.
majority?
That's a different thing from saying that I don't want us to feel what they call it. I don't want us to feel this candidate because if we feel this candidate, we are going to lose. That's a different thing from saying I don't want this candidate. They're two different things. There are
Sorry, take that
people.
again. Sorry, take that again. I didn't understand.
I don't want this candidate is different from I don't want this candidate because of like personal or like political whatever reasons. It's different from I do
Who is not wanting this candidate now?
people in the Republican Party. It's
Okay.
different from I don't want this candidate because if we feel this candidate, we would lose. They are
No,
two different things. And there were people who
that's
did
not why.
yes,
That's not
no,
why.
there were people who did not want Trump because they felt like fielding him was a losing ticket. Like, don't you get?
Okay.
Thank you.
So what's your point?
My point is that you're speaking more recently. Like I don't know when you have like following everything, but you're speaking about things as though from the point where they did the debate is when the election started. When really that's not when the politicking
Of
started.
course not. Of course not.
Yes,
Like
so
the debate. Like I've been following the polls. Like the polls have been down from Biden from very long before even
it's
debates.
not true.
Before debates.
In fact, this
That's
thing that
true.
you're saying,
Check every
no,
polls.
it's not
Check
true.
every
Check
polls.
every poll. It's
It's
not true. It's
true.
not true. In fact, it is not. In
Oh,
fact,
oh my god.
this is a point that is not even true at all. This is the
How many of the polls has Biden won
which poll?
since the since the since the commencement of this election cycle?
When did the election cycle commence?
Like let's say 2023 December.
Okay, who was on the poll?
The two of them majorly.
No, that's the thing. There was
Okay.
RFK before. Even I mean, there is RFK. Even before RFK, there is this other person. When Nikki was still on the ballot, like there's been so many
There are two
iterations.
major candidates,
It is
boss
just
still.
this year that it started narrowing
Oh my
down to
god.
Trump and Biden. So what are we saying?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
This is you're making this conversation very hard.
No, I'm not making
Because
the conversation hard. I want this.
you're not being
No,
objective.
I'm being. It's not even objective. The point is that you have what you want to say, and that you think that it is. And I'm telling you that this is
So
not what it is.
you
Yes,
tackling me
I'm
blindly
not tackling you
is your
blindly.
way of
Okay.
you're obviously
What
tackling
if
me
you are
blindly.
saying blind things? I'm not tackling you blindly. Actually,
You're obviously tackling me
no,
blindly.
you're saying
And
blind
you're not even letting
things,
me
and I'm.
land to my
Oh yeah,
points.
that's a good
And you
point.
are
I'm going to
saying
mute
all this
myself.
chihuahua
I'm going to mute
bazooka
myself
shit.
so that you can speak.
You better. You better. So back to Biden. Why now? Why are we going off the presidential race quarter to election? Like we reduced every opportunity or every chance that I should stop saying we because I'm not even a citizen I'm not even living there. America has reduced every chance of succeeding in the election by so, Democrats have reduced every chance of succeeding in the election by a large margin with this action. And that's my point. Like when politicians are thinking about winning elections, like you need to bring yourself out of your bubble sometimes and look at things more holistically. And that's what I was going to say in the context of Nigeria, because I always like bringing things in context of Nigeria. When we have a strong candidate like what's this guy fucking name? What's this guy? Tinubu. We have a very strong candidate like Tinubu. Regardless of whatever it is, you need to understand that the fight is more than you. Like the fight is not just you at this point. The fight is us. And you need to bring yourself out of that bubble and see things a lot more holistically. Because Biden had every chance, and he would have gone down in history to be. He's a remarkable leader, of course, but like he would have gone down in history to be one of the most remarkable leaders we've had in America in the recent times, or even in a very long time. Because like understanding that me fielding myself for this election in this kind of climate with this kind of contender is not going to be an easy feat, and I will likely lose, like almost definitely lose, like
See, but
based
Tolu,
off
this thing
health.
you're saying is wrong. That's what I'm trying to bring your attention
It's not.
to.
Let me land
That
now.
no,
Let
like
me
you don't
land.
get it. This sentiment that
Let me
Trump
land. Let
is
me
a very
land.
strong like is a an
Can I
obvious
land?
win over Biden is a recent thing. It's
It's
not
not
it
recent
is.
now.
It
You can't say
is.
it's
Oh my
recent
god, it is.
because you can't say it's recent because if you look at the numbers from last election, look at the numbers from last election. Was it a landslide victory? It was not. It was not a landslide victory. Like if it was a landslide victory, then that's when you say Trump was not a worthy candidate for this election. Ever since Trump, which is next day after the election or last time, after he said that he was going to run for office, like we already knew that it was not going to be an easy race. We already knew. So you can't say like you are going to be obviously wrong if you say Trump has not been a major contender in this election and a worthy one at that.
Tolu, yeah, Tolu, you're
It's like
missing the
saying
point. The
Tinubu.
point is
It's
at the
like saying
point
no.
that
That's what
no.
you're saying. I'm tackling exactly what you're saying.
No, at the point that
Which
Joe
is
Biden was
okay.
was becoming the Democrat nominee, he demo
You should remember that this is Trump's third election.
yes,
Third
at the
election.
point that
So you know what
um,
that means.
what does that mean?
It means he's not a small boy. He's a
It's not
major
about him
contender,
being a
and he
small
has
boy.
won
Wait,
one. He has won one
yes, and that
against
one worked
a
against
sitting
him. Don't
party.
you understand? That one worked against him because during his time, a lot of radicalism was introduced. The point is that at the
Okay.
point that Joe Biden was becoming Democrat nominee, there was no clear, oh, Trump will definitely beat you. There was nothing like that. In fact, the polls at that time were actually biased to Democrats. That's something I'm trying to correct you on that you're saying is true, which is false. I'm even trying to find a poll and actually send to you and show you. It was biased. It was biased
Let
towards
me know if you see one. Let
Democrats.
me know if you see one.
I've not seen any old this thing, but I'm so sure because I started following the election since January this year. It was biased towards
Let me
Democrats.
know if you see
Although
one.
yes, I
Let me know if you see
would.
one since this
Yes, I
election
would.
cycle.
Yes, I
Like if
would. I'm
since
saying
this
since
election cycle started.
yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Let me speak.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
January
Yeah,
2024,
I hear you.
since January
Mm-hmm.
2024, it has been biased towards the
Mm-hmm.
Democrats, right? Although the margin has
Okay.
been slim. And as more and
For
more
a sitting president. Go ahead.
yes, it doesn't matter if it's for a sitting president or not. The point is that
Yeah, 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 go ahead, go
no,
ahead. And
you're saying that oh, it was so obvious that Joe Biden should not go there because Donald would beat him. It wasn't.
okay.
The turning point was that debate. That was the turning point. And then the
Oh
second thing
my
that
God,
happened.
you're actually having more recency bias than I am
No, you
because
are
like
like honestly, you
obviously
don't.
not.
You're not
You said the
seeing it
turning
that
point was that debate.
yes.
The turning point was not the debate.
Okay,
The turning
so
point was not the debate.
when
The
did
debate
CNN
just
start pushing against Joe Biden? When did the media, let me not even
I
say
don't know.
CNN. So if you don't know, what are we talking about? It is
No,
from
no, no.
that
Like
debate
I don't know
that
how
was,
that
and I'm telling you, I know you don't know. I know
is.
it was from
It's
that
not.
debate
It's
that
not.
the general
Mm-mm.
sentiment started shifting against Joe Biden. People have, in
Lands
fact,
like massively,
yes,
massively, massively.
yes,
Yes,
but
yeah,
what?
I
But
agree on that. I agree on
wait,
that. I agree on that. But like,
what does
you
minority
can't say
mean when there's always going to be this thing? When there's always going to be people who are filled who are not with that candidate? What are we talking about? No candidate is going to be 100%
sorry, take that
supported
again. I don't
before.
understand what you said.
You're saying massively. Like if it was a minority before, what does that matter?
It was not
It
minority.
was a minority.
Trump
If
has been.
But
No,
this
no,
no.
I don't agree with
In
you.
fact, self, this
I don't agree
conversation
with
is
you.
useless because I
No,
feel like
it's like
I'm talking
saying,
to
it's
somebody
like
who
saying,
no. See, let me tell
no,
you,
no,
this
no. It's
conversation is
like
useless
saying,
because I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who has like you're saying everything against what actually happened. Like this is what happened, but you're saying this
how?
does not fit my narrative, so this is not what happened. Like this is the turning point. That is when the media became against Joe Biden. That is when conversations about we should not feel Joe Biden started. Yes, true or false?
No,
Oh
like
God.
before
In fact, Tolu, we have to stop having this conversation because
the
I
debate
feel like
pretty
clocking,
much
like, you don't
puts
understand. I'm
the
at the point
nail
where I
on the
just feel like
coffin.
not
But
talking anymore.
Joe Biden has been in that coffin of like we're out of this election, whether we like it or not. If are you telling me that if that debate had not happened, like we will not be here by this time? Is that what you're telling me? Do you think like if that debate had not happened, Joe Biden was going to win this election? Emanuela, you're not talking again. This is so funny. Are you still there? Emanuela, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You didn't answer my question. I asked you a simple question.
I cannot answer your question.
Why?
It's like, I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
It's not even your country. Why are you emotional about it?
I'm not. You're
This is
saying
too
I'm
funny.
emotional about it, but like this is where I stay now, so it is quite an important election to me. That's the first one, and I've been following this
How is
election.
it an election? But
It's where I
are,
stay
are you
now.
are you
Now I don't understand.
are you supporting Trump now?
It does not matter when you don't like. I feel like you're just trying to be
Like
like
why? No, no. My point is,
you're just
this
trying
is
to
too
say
funny. My
something.
God.
First of all, what are you saying that it's not my business? Obviously, it is my business. That's one thing.
Okay, I hear
The
you.
second
Let's
thing,
assume it's your business. Let's assume it's your business. Go ahead.
why won't it be my business? Like I don't care about
I
who
said let's
wins.
assume it's your business.
Why are we assuming? For instance, now I don't really care about the UK elections that much because I don't live there. Eh,
I don't care too. I
but
don't
me,
care as
I
well.
sort of care because I live here,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
kind of different. And then
Okay. I hear you.
the second thing,
Are you a Republican or are you like a card carrying member of the Democrats?
is that what makes elections important to you?
No, I'm just trying to understand why it's emotional to you.
What do you mean by emotional? Why is it emotional to you?
It's not emotional to me. This is
So
me
what
carrying it on
is
my chest.
so
It's not emotional
how
to
is
me at
it
all.
emotional to me?
Because you are keeping quiet, you are
Because
being
I'm no longer
reactionary.
interested in having a conversation. How does that make it emotional to me? I want to conserve my energy.
Why you not interested?
Because I
You
don't
pretty much
argue
like
for argument's sake. Like I clock out of arguments. I don't want to argue anymore. It's so simple.
you walk out of arguments.
Yes.
Why?
That's my character. That's who I am. If I'm having a
Okay, let's talk
conversation,
about Dangote then.
uh, okay. Okay. So tell me about this.
Okay, so the National Assembly
Thank you.
has
Because I don't know
accused
what's happening
Dangote.
with the
No, no, not
Dangote
like
thing.
National Assembly. The National Association of Petroleum Exporters or something like that
Mhm.
have accused Dangote of lying to the media and saying rubbish. And they made their claims. They said Dangote is trying to push his agenda so that he can become a monopoly and he can drive the market towards his direction. They also claimed that the quality of petrol and AGO, that is diesel, that Dangote refinery produces has a higher sulfur level compared to what they import from other refineries across the world. They also claim that Dangote refinery is in pre-commissioning stage and they have not issued licenses to to the refinery already, so they can start producing for mass production for the Nigerian markets. What are your thoughts and comments on this, Emanuela?
My thoughts and comments on this. I don't really have like any thoughts and comments on things per se. Because honestly, I've not followed this Dangote conversation to be very honest. Like I've not followed
Are you serious?
yeah.
Since last year?
Yeah, I've not really
Oh,
followed
okay.
it. I don't really know.
But you're following US election. All right, go ahead. You don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care. Not that I don't care. Like that's not. It has not.
Hey, my
It
stomach.
has not interested me
There is
enough to
NPC meeting
follow.
tomorrow, Sha, and they're going to increase the interest rate again. Don't worry, you care by force.
Yes, but you don't understand. That is kind
I
of.
understand, I understand. I don't need to explain that
Do you
actually.
know the funny thing? I've actually not watched any NPC meeting either. So you
But you're watching American
yes, but
election.
I watched it.
Oh
I
my
watched
god,
the
you're so
debates.
funny.
So and I've been following. So I don't get what's your point?
Oh,
What's your point?
I swear. I don't even have a point. I cannot even have a point again.
Exactly. You don't have any points because I don't know what is your point.
Oh, this girl is so
Anyway,
funny, man.
about the
Go
Dangote
ahead.
thing, my main thing is that
Hmm.
there are multiple things involved.
Yeah.
Um, the thing where Dangote said he's no longer interested in building like a steel factory, that other people should
Hmm.
go and build a steel factory, blah blah. I agree with him. And my main reason for agreeing with him is not even like whatever like politics he's doing or something like that. I feel like Dangote is one of the people that's looking at things and saying, "Oh, we need to start manufacturing some level of resources and things like that." Because if we're able to produce things like steel and um even cement that he does, and like there's certain things that you're able to produce, it means that there are certain types of like architecture, infrastructure thing that you can start doing in your country. So even you,
Hmm.
for instance, have had like interest in like understanding why we don't produce textile in
Hmm.
Nigeria. So for me, I
Hmm.
feel like those
And
sort
I care.
of
And I care. I'm just saying I care.
those sort of
Yeah.
industries are like important to
Hmm.
develop to be developed locally rather.
Hmm.
And I feel like we have very low quality businessmen who just do not like, the crony in the capitalism is so intense that the kind of businesses they want to do are contract based businesses, like all those things where you're not really putting skin in the game, you're not like taking like risk that could have like great reward but also could have like a disastrous outcome, like just things like that that actually advance the country economically.
Hmm.
So I agree with him that there should be more people who are putting their skin in the game, building this type of industries. Those are the kind of like billionaires and businessmen that we need in the country. So when it comes to that fact, I agree with him. Now on the second thing
Yeah.
about like people talking about like monopoly, I technically I want to say, well, you go and start and let's see if anybody will stop you. But the truth of the matter of fact is that so many times there have been so many allegations of Dangote actually stopping people, like monopolizing things, like needing monopoly to thrive, right? And it comes off somehow like it's still part of business.
Hmm.
Funny enough, that's what for me is like, capitalism is not always fair, right? Capitalism
Yeah.
is literally like fighting. So if my own advantage is that I know how to lobby to be the only person supplying, well, that's my advantage. But to other people it makes you look somehow. So his own style of capitalism, where we have to be thankful to him and therefore give him everything like subsidized effects, this one, that one, they will give you 90% this, they have to stop exporting, they have to stop importing, they have to do this, they have to, in order for you to succeed, and then you become like, your net worth grows, whatever. It's kind of funny. It's successful, like it's successful capitalism, but it's also not like the type of capitalist that we admire or we want more of in society. I
Okay.
still think that he's better than his average peers, because at least he's investing in some sort of thing that is important, but more
Okay.
than they are doing. But I just think that
Okay.
he should learn to be a little bit of a fairer fighter, and he has like a lot of
Okay.
connections that the average person doesn't have. He needs to learn to sulk less and do more business. That's
Okay.
my own limited thoughts, because I honestly do not know everything that is going on with the entire issue. But yes, I know everything.
Okay.
But yes, I've been following the US elections.
Oh, okay. I thought to say you know everything. That was shocked. Um, so I want to ask you a couple of questions in regards to this, especially as regards Dangote.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are obviously operating in a capitalist market in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and would you agree that there is a level playing field for every participant in the market today? So think of the industries Dangote operates in fertilizer, in cement, in he used to do noodles before, but he has stopped. In he used to do flour mill before, he has stopped. In salt, we used to do that. Well, it does not really progress as much. Sugar. Do you think Dangote has, and in comparison to the other players in the market, do you think there's a level playing field?
Who are the other players?
So in refinery and oil exploration,
Mm-hmm.
not even exploration, in refining oil, there is no other player apart from the government who is obviously making a lot more money
Actually, do you know
exporting.
that that's not true?
It's true.
No, he's
What's,
not
what's not
the
true about
only
it?
private um refinery.
Refinery,
Yeah.
local refinery. Who
Okay.
else has
Except
the
you're
local
saying
refinery?
local. Okay.
Yes, now that's my
But
point.
I
Like
think
the
there are
the
smaller
export.
refineries. I'm not sure. I think there are smaller refineries.
There's no refinery in Nigeria. They're just opening up Port Harcourt one
Mm-hmm.
to between 600 barrels and 6,000 barrels, 60,000 barrels per day or something like that.
Which is shameful.
Yeah, which is like disgraceful. So there are no refineries in Nigeria. So Dangote being the only person putting in, like you rightly said, putting his own skin in the game, is not as a result of incapacitation by him saying nobody should be able to explore this industry, nobody should be able to explore this market. It's as a result of his bravery, it's as a result of um him doing what other people will run away from, which is pretty much like saying we have to refine our own oil locally. And he has built that massive infrastructure in Lagos, Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree, and I think that there's a level playing field. I don't think the advantage that Dangote has as an industrialist is is only available to him. Like the connection to the Murphy, because that was his guy that pretty much brought him to this point. The connection to Murphy, Buhari, and all of that was not, they were not friends before now. It
Mm-hmm.
was because there was value exchange, and anybody could have gone to Murphy and say, I have value, this is exchange, and come and collect it. Anybody
Hmm.
could have gone to Lagos State government and say, I have value, this is exchange, and they will have whatever Dangote has had. Can we agree on that?
No.
Okay, make your case.
So my case is that we can't like ignore that Dangote is still Dangote because
No,
um
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody of that capacity that wants to do whatever can that go it can't be anybody.
yes
So I'm saying
so
if you have
it's
that capacity,
okay. But what
would you
if
not have level playing field?
okay, so are you
Go
saying that
ahead.
for people in that level, right? Like
Yeah, if
let's
you
say
want to
the
be the
auto
refinery, you're not a
dollars
small
and
boy.
the rest. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you want to be the refinery, are you a small boy? It's not GB that will be using the refinery now. GB cannot be the refinery.
Exactly.
So
So let's say this thing.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
no, 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 no. Like
but
obviously,
what
like
if
we have to be.
Dollar wants to do something else, not to refinery?
Altadela has the access. Like, are you telling me Altadela does not
That's
have the
what I'm
access?
saying now. What if he wants to do something else, not refinery?
Like
Must he
cement?
do refinery?
No, no,
Like
we're
steel
talking about
or
competition here. We're
aluminium?
talking we're talking about monopoly here. No, let's leave that
And
one
that's what I'm
first.
saying
Let's
now. The
discuss
thing
this
is that
monopoly
it's always going
conversation.
to be monopoly or oligarchy because there's just a handful of people that can actually do what he's doing.
Exactly. Well, whose fault is it? Is it Dangote's fault?
Mm-mm.
Exactly my point. So my point is, the federal government cannot, in their right senses, say the best industrialists we have coming out of Africa is trying to ruin their economy because that's literally what they're trying to say.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what they're pretty much trying to say. They're saying we can't trust our energy security on Dangote because if we do, it's going to be a monopoly play. And like if it shuts down, which yeah, we can argue for and against it, But like even when we're refining our oil locally in Nigeria, how many refineries were really functioning before we started exporting exporting crude oil massively? How many refineries were literally working? Not a lot. Port Harcourt refinery and Warri refinery, pretty much,
But you
right?
know there are
And we're
23 people
depending.
with the license to like operate a refinery in Nigeria.
Yes, but how many of Bua has a license. Bua Cement, he got a license to build a refinery, but nobody has
He's
built.
not even listed here, so I'm looking at
The
the
Bua guy,
list. Hmm?
the Bua guy.
Yeah, it's not listed here. And most of it is
No, but I
actually.
know I attended an event that they actually gave him the license in the event. Maybe the license you are seeing is the license to refine our crude oil. So that one does not have to be locally, like doesn't have to be a local refinery. So you can have your refinery in Russia and anywhere and bring it here. But like that's a different license. That's the license that the commission said they've not given Dangote yet.
Mm.
Do you get my point?
Mm-mm. Yeah, but
But yeah, my point is like federal government is actually very stupid for making that claim first. Like you can't say that Dangote is trying to sabotage the economy by requesting for us to. There is obviously a selfish play there by whoever it is. And Tinubu, I don't know. I don't know how he's thinking to be honest, but like we have like everything is wrong with us right now in this country. We are in a state of hula baloo. We need plenty FX. Yet, the small FX we have, we're using it to pay international refineries to import our fuel. How about we reduce that FX load that we have as a country by passing some of these requirements or some of these um, demands that we have in terms of like petrol consumption? How about we pass them through Dangote, have him refine our oil, do whatever we can in the best of our ability. And that's why I,
so
I
I
kind
think
of
that
fucked with
one of
Murphy.
the
I,
one of
that's why I kind of fucked with Murphy.
okay, but
Because Murphy
what
played.
about the challenge of, so like for instance with what has happened with cement, where oh we've supported Dangote whatever, but it ended up being that Nigerians started having like one of the most expensive cements in the world before the general downward spiral of forex in recent times.
If it was Dangote's fault, Lafarge too will be selling cheap now.
Yeah, but that's the so now Tolu, there's something I have to think about. There's
Okay.
monopoly, right? And then there's
Hmm.
oligopoly where we're
Okay.
just a few and we are friends and we've come together to price set at a high price. Do you understand what
No,
I'm trying to
Lafarge and
say?
Dangote are not friends. Lafarge and
They
Dangote has
don't
never been
have
friends.
to be
Elephant Cement.
friends for them. Like, you don't have to be
Okay.
best of friends for them to agree to do certain things that benefit only them
Okay.
because there is no opposition. Do you understand? It's not the same
Yeah,
thing
but like,
as
we must understand why the prices went up.
okay. So why are those prices at that price?
The economy was shit.
No,
Like we all
that's
knew the
not
economy was
why.
shit.
That's not why.
No,
So
that's
so now
okay. Go ahead.
let's say the price of cement in Nigeria in Dangote
Uh,
cement is like, let's say, let's
mm,
these random numbers right now. Let's say twenty three
mm,
thousand naira, and the
mm-hmm,
equivalent in, let's
mm-hmm.
say, Cameroon of still same Dangote cement is like 11,000 naira, and then Lafarge says, okay, well, since Dangote is selling for 23K, I'm going to sell for 21K.
But is that the case?
Yes. Like, you don't
I,
understand, like
I don't think that's the case though.
no, it's not think like our cement is way more expensive than our neighboring places, even Dangote cement. The only thing now is that, because when you think about it, you have to think about it in price of with relativity to FX. So now that FX has come down, obviously the price has been a little bit, I mean, now that FX has
Ah,
come down.
but I just cited the case of the economy being shit. That's why it went up that then, and you said
No,
no.
you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Like I'm citing the case when the price went up because I think that's
No,
the only thing
like,
they,
you
they
don't
claimed.
understand. The price is like twice
Okay.
the price with other
But
neighboring
our
countries.
rate went up by like two times
No,
our
it's not the
the former rate
rate.
now.
It's not the rate.
Uh,
Like the
okay, go ahead.
equivalent. I'm talking of like 2021. the price
The
of
the SEPA go up by 2x.
you don't understand what I'm trying to say, Tolu. I'm talking about the dollar figure, like the equivalent, not like, oh, so if you're selling it for $7 in Nigeria, for instance, a bag
Mm,
for $7 in Nigeria, and you're selling
mm,
a bag for $9 in Cameroon, then it is
mm,
that if as dollar and naira goes up, because the price is in naira, the naira price will keep going up, right? But the
mm,
dollar price will be the same. Do you
mm,
understand? That's not what was happening. The price per dollar was like almost twice the price of neighboring countries for the same Dangote cement. Like the
mm,
dollar price, the unified price, not the, oh, this is the Nigerian price that is going times two of what it was last year. No, in comparison to neighboring states.
mm. Okay. All right, that's fine.
Mm.
Yeah, but
So
I have
that's
an
so
issue
that's
with the
so that's
government.
my only thing about like saying, oh, we should support
Yeah, I
him,
have
we
an
should
issue with the
support him.
government. I have an issue with government not being responsible and always blaming. You're blaming industrialists, you're blaming citizens, you're blaming exporters, you're blaming Aboki FX, you're blaming every other person but yourself. And it just reeks of irresponsibility. It shows that you are not the man for the job. Because you're not obviously Timmy Tadela, but yeah, it just doesn't make me listen to them. Like, yeah, blabbing. I can't take it seriously. If every time you find a reason that is not yourself for why you're not succeeding, like, it's just very, very, like, you have to be radically responsible as a government. Like, you can't say because X is happening here, I can't succeed. Like, it makes zero sense. And we have been on this whole spiral for like years,
Mm-hmm.
and like, it's taking us nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, yeah. That's my long and short.
No, I completely agree with you
Yeah,
that the government is actually quite irresponsible and frustrating when it comes to like how things should and can operate. So like I'm 100 with you on that.
yeah. Because, like, let's assume everybody talks about like how running a startup is not easy, but like, you also have to understand that if your startup fails, you are also responsible.
Mm.
Like, running a startup everywhere is not easy
Mm-hmm.
and it's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
There are there are external challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to come to the fact that, and that's how I kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
You also have to come to the fact that, oh, my startup failed today, and it's not because of X, it's not because of Y,
It's not that
even
it's
though it
not
could be
because
because of
of
those
X.
things.
It's like you have to like take responsibility above
Yeah,
those
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, because like you
Oh, yeah,
can't
yeah.
say,
That's what I
oh,
mean.
it's not.
That's
It's
what I
because
mean.
I
That's
did
what I,
not raise more money. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
exactly,
why didn't you raise more money or stuff like that? So yeah,
exactly. So that's my point. That's how I like to think about it. Yeah, talking about startups that are incredibly difficult to build. Do you think Flutterwave, sorry, Paystack's decision to buy Brass was a financially smart decision?
I don't know.
Mm, do you think, let me rephrase the question because buy is not the word. Do you think Paystack's decision to bail out Brass was a financially smart decision?
I don't know. My thing is that yes, I think it was financially smart for them because what did they have to lose by letting Brass die? Why didn't they want Brass to die? What was their business?
Um, for the ecosystem,
What
the
ecosystem?
ecosystem
Things have
fathers.
been dying. What things have happened in the ecosystem?
Or let's think about it this way: they
Hmm.
already invested. But they already invested. I don't know. I don't have
No,
that
I don't think Paystack
information.
particularly was invested. However, Paystack probably Ezra was invested, right? We do know that Ezra was invested in Braz, and then we also know that Braz was probably one of Paystack's. biggest customers, especially like maybe tech wise. So in those two ways, that's what
Really?
it is.
I'll
Yeah.
be surprised if that is the case though.
Also, who would be
Biggest.
like tech startup? Who would be who would who? I don't say biggest. One of the biggest.
Biggest.
One of the
Okay.
biggest,
Okay.
probably. Yeah. Like who else? Okay.
Okay.
Who else would you say?
Biggest.
Okay, so that's one person.
Hmm. But yeah, I didn't hear one of. I thought you said biggest,
Yeah,
but go
one
ahead.
of. But like, so my thing, and even Piggyverse, I don't think Piggyverse is totally on a what do you call it, on Paystack. I think.
Nobody's better than everybody.
Mm,
Brass was using Flutterwave
yeah,
too.
yeah, true.
But go ahead.
But I think that Braz was using Paystack for payouts, which means that if Braz is using Paystack for like transfers and stuff like that, a huge chunk of the money is sitting at every
No,
point.
Brass was using Flutterwave. I know Brass was using Flutterwave for payouts too.
Mm.
They're
So
using
maybe
Paga
they
at
were
some
they were
point for
using
payouts too.
both. Yeah. Okay.
They're using Paga. They're using a lot of.
Of
It's not just
guys.
one
Okay.
person.
So that's fair. But like I know that I objectively I think that they were one of their biggest customers. So to me that those are the stake that's the stake that Paystack probably
So
has.
if your biggest customer comes to you and say they are dying, you'll go and bail them out,
So that's
even though
why I
it's
said
like
that
very, very
there,
bad.
that is why I said that there must be some sort of financial advantage for them to keep bars running,
Hmm.
or else what's their business? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? My point is that's not an
So
altruistic
I kind of
thing.
think of it this way. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
No, I'm done. My point is that it's not an altruistic thing. There must be something they must have seen or something in it for them to want to bail it out. Or else
Yeah. So
why
the
keep
way I
it?
think of it, yeah. So the way I think of it is, okay. Let me keep my thoughts. But
Yeah,
yeah.
there are things I want to say too, but like those things were told to me in confidence, so it does not like make sense for me to say them. But like I feel
Oh, you
like
should not say them for sure.
yes, so but I feel like
Yeah.
um the people who bought bras probably had like deep interest in bras, or like had like maybe not deep interest but had interest in bras even maybe probably before the issues were happening, and so like the
Hmm.
issues were just like a good opportunity to finally like buy a stake or whatever. I think that the most interesting thing for me, and I know that this is going to this is not like the best thing for me to say publicly, but the most interesting thing for me is the investors who were involved in the acquisition. So, for instance, venture fund, venture is it venture platform or venture fund, whatever their names. I think venture platform, right? And the other guys, I think it was it P1 or someone else, but
Mm.
yeah. So my point is, why were they more interested in acquiring bras alongside um other businesses rather than increasing Bra's runway by providing bridge capital, since they said that the reason since Bra's according to like the tech about interview said that the reason why they had come into some of those troubles was because they were unable to like raise additional capital. So why didn't venture platform and P1 or whatever give them more money for a bridge round or for like to extend their runway?
They were not interested.
But they were
Like
interested
people,
when it was time for acquisition. Why?
they didn't obviously add more money now.
No, the way the it was phrased was like they added money to actually acquire.
No. No. So the bailout is existing investors are taking over the company plus this new guy that is bringing cash to clear the
But that
debts.
is but
That's the deal.
none of them are Brazil's biggest investors. So why would it be phrased that way?
And so maybe the I don't know, but like
I know none of them are
I'm
Brazil's
thinking,
biggest investors.
who is Braz's biggest investors?
I can't say.
Let me read their seeds because that's their last funding, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't even think that they said it in that one either. But they might have said it. I don't know. But in any case, this thing. Why did those investors, because those investors actually put more money. It's not a situation where they were saying, oh, blah blah blah. No, they actually were involved in the acquisition. Not like existing investors are taking over. They are taking over with more money. They are increasing their position or whatever. They are literally
They're not.
adding
I don't think
money.
venture platform added more money oh.
Why don't you think so?
Because like it does not make sense on paper. Like there's
Why
no
does it not make sense?
like
Yes, exactly. It doesn't make sense on paper. That's my point. My point is, as an investor, before my company gets into like deep trouble, why am I not more incentivized to provide
no, I
more
can't be. I
financial?
can't be.
Okay, why not?
Manuela, no now. Because I don't know if this company is going to come out. So like if
Okay,
I put more
so okay,
money,
so let me. So here's the thing. So now, and I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah, go
before
ahead.
they had financial troubles, not when they were now in the deep depth of it, right?
Market was bad, nobody was funding. Like
No, venture
no one
platform
was
was
no.
venture platform was one of the most active investors even through the even right
Yeah,
now.
but like they're not going to double down. Like
But
they're not
they've
going to double
doubled down
down.
on other companies
Like who?
like Traction.
Obviously, no, you can't be comparing traction with brass now.
Why not? So
Numbers. Ah,
okay, so are you
Manuela.
saying that they so Brass is not good enough to double down on when they had no
At the
financial
time,
troubles, but it is good.
that was obviously yes.
Okay, so but it is
Yes,
good
at the
enough,
time.
but it's not a company that you want to see die. Like you came
So,
to the
so,
rescue of the company at the point it was
so,
dying, but
I don't
before
think
it
venture
came into
platform.
troubles, you were not
No, no, no,
interested in providing any
Manuela.
support to it.
I don't think venture platform cared too much about it dying or not dying. They cared too much. They cared more about okay, Paystack is here, and they want to intervene. All right, I will want to keep my investment still, right, and continue with this whatever thing that Paystack wants to do. Do you get my point? So
Okay, so
venture
what
platform
you're
now
trying to say
automatically
is that
becomes
if Paystack did not come, venture platform did not mind Brass dying.
yeah, of course, of
Mm,
course.
okay.
Like Braz would have died and venture platform would be fine.
Mm,
Do you
mm.
get my point?
Yes, I
Yeah.
get your point. Just that
So that's why I also don't think
personally, I
that
don't understand that logic when it comes to like VC investment, and I know that it's a very very common like VC
Manuela is
sentiment.
very, very simple. Like I don't blame them. I
I'm
swear.
not blaming
It's
them.
just
Oh, you
like
don't understand what I'm trying to say. I'm saying I don't
it's just
understand the
like buying
logic.
meme coin. It's
Mm.
just like buying meme coin. If I'm seeing the meme coin is tanking and there's no
No,
visible
so but
thing
you
that
don't understand what I'm
is
trying to say. I'm
happening.
not saying that when a company is tanking. Do you understand
But
what I'm trying to say? No.
it was not growing too. It was not growing too.
How do you know? Do you know their numbers?
I don't know their I don't need to know their numbers.
Ha. Me, I don't know.
Like it's like people. It's like someone's expecting Zilla to be reporting at that time in 2022, 2023. It's like someone expecting Zilla to be reporting mad numbers of growth. Like everybody can see it. Like you don't need to be like about Einstein to see that Money Point is making money.
Yes.
Like
So
anybody can see that.
yes. So
Can everybody see that for Brass?
hmm.
No, now like that's the
You're
truth.
saying that Brass popularity was not great in 2022.
Popularity, K. Is it
Mm.
popularity we're talking about?
Like more businesses using it now.
No, it was not.
Hmm. I
It
don't
was
agree with
not
you, Sha.
up to the point that it can cause a massive reflux. Like, like we need to
No,
understand that
not reflux. You don't get what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking
Brass had
about.
Brass had Brass had been unlucky to still be at that stage when the market shot negative.
Mm.
Do you understand? Folks like Mono
At what? At what state?
were lucky. Folks like Mono were lucky to have escaped that boom period.
So are you
Like if
trying to
Brass
say
had
that
gone to raise,
mono is not growing?
oh my god, when are we publishing this episode?
No. So what I'm trying to play here is that
Do you think Mono is growing? Like, do you honestly think Mono is growing?
you seem to be the one that knows more about people that are growing and people that are not growing.
I don't need to see. The thing is, growth is not hidden. Like you
Mm.
can't. What did that Edmond say one time? You know, if you, a snake if you swallow goats,
Mm.
and no everybody go know. You go sabi say this guy
So wait, are
it
you
don't
trying to
happen.
say wait? So there are two things here, oh, and we have to look
Mm.
at like age. Are you trying to say that they were not at money point level versus they were
No, no,
not
no. It's not money point
growing?
level.
Yeah,
They were
because like
not.
money
No, no,
point
no.
has
They were
been
not.
for
They were not
years.
growing to the point. No, 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 no. You are confusing my point. I'm just using money point as an analogy.
Okay.
Money,
So traction is bigger than
bros.
traction was
Yeah,
bigger than
at
bra.
the time they were trying to raise, traction became important all of a
When
sudden
did you know?
and changed the game.
So what is traction important for self?
To raise money now.
No, no, no. Like, what's traction's biggest customer?
No, I'm not talking of traction the company. I'm talking about traction as like
No, I'm talking about traction the
adjective.
company. I'm talking about traction the company.
Oh, traction company is obviously
Like,
doing a lot of volumes now.
who is their biggest customer?
Like I have I don't know. I have insights to POS volumes at that time.
At
Like
which
traction was
time?
doing in terms of merchant sales
Mm.
at 2021, 2022 period. Yeah,
So I'm not talking about 2021, 2022 right now, right? 2021 was when
that
Brad
was the
raised.
period that
2021 is the period when Brad raised and announced,
they were
right?
yeah,
Good.
they were trying
Now,
to raise a Series A. Do you
that
know?
wait. Yes, I know. Wait, calm down.
Okay.
2021 is when they raised and announced. Like when they finished their seed
Mhm.
raise, right? And announced.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
2022 ending, they probably started trying to raise their Series A.
Mhm.
That's when Mono was able to raise their. That's when Mono Series A. I think it was 2022 that Mono raised their Series A, or was it
Yeah,
2021?
during yeah
It was
yeah
2022.
2022,
2022.
2021, 2021.
Mm-mm.
2022. I think
I think
2021. Oh.
2022. 2021 is when they got into YC, right? No, 2020 is when they
No,
got into YC.
2020.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that maybe ending
They
of
raised they
2021
raised
is
three
when they
rounds. I
raised.
remember they raised 3 rounds within 12 months.
Yeah, so 2021 is
Or
when
they
they
are,
raised their
yeah.
Series A. Yeah, okay. So now, towards the end of 2022, Braz was probably trying to raise like a Series A. At
Mm-hmm.
that
And the
point,
market has started moving.
wait. At that point, they probably were not out of money. They were probably
Of course, yeah. True.
they did not have like the issues that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that and let's say they had been raising for like 3 months, nothing is coming
Mm-hmm.
in that, and let's say like I really don't know about their numbers, their whatever, like how much runway they had, but things were drying
Mm-hmm.
up
Same, I
and
don't know.
venture platform could not give them could not give them like a like venture P1,
Like
the rest of
if
them.
you're a venture platform, will you give
Mm.
them money?
So let me tell you something about. I'm going to say two things, right? If it's me
Yeah.
personally, me,
Mm.
Emmanuel Life of Venture Platform, there are two things that I would think about. Do I want
Simple
to see?
question.
Wait now. Do I want to see this company die? Like, if this company was dying, would I want to?
Emmanuel, there's no emotions here.
No,
Like
it's not
based
emotional.
off
It's like you don't understand what I mean. Like, do
based
I
off
see so much potential in this company in such a way that if it wanted to die, I would want to
mm-hmm.
rescue it? If yes, then yes, I would do like a second round. But I have asked like an investor, I asked
No,
them,
no, no. Will
Dayo
you
from
give them
Microtraction.
money? Would
Yes,
you
I
give
say
them no no
yes. Me if it's
no
me.
no no without them
No
getting
mono
all their
bras
investments
in
out?
2022.
Yeah,
Yes.
without them getting a lead, without them getting anything, you give them straight cash inside.
For a bridge, yes. It was very common. Like a lot of US investors were giving their companies bridges. It's just not common in Africa. In the US,
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of like tier 1 investors were giving their company bridges because they were unable to get leads, they were unable to get extra investment from outside. The numbers were not looking good. It's ZERP was over, like things needed to be done, and they wanted those companies to stay alive. In fact, part of the crunch that happened in the market is that investors were looking at, instead of investing in new companies, they were conserving their money for their existing companies to stay alive through the recession. That's part of what brought about the crunch, is that people were more invested in keeping their existing companies alive than investing in new companies. That's why raising money was hard. So like
Okay.
if you're looking at it from like from like, let's say, global perspective, more people were giving their companies bridges. In Africa it was not the case, and that's why, like, for me, I wanted, like, I don't get it. Like, why would I have like a bunch of companies that are doing good and I would not, like, it is a recession, it's a recessive period. People are not doing their best. People are now, you're now hearing like investors talking about like, oh, become profitable, default alive, things like that. But you have to give like your good companies a fighting chance. Except we're saying that Brass was really a bad company. Like, they were like, this company should die. Well, I'm not interested. If you count it as one of their good companies, then I would say that ideally, like, VP is like tier 1 African investor. I would have expected that they would give them a bridge round. I don't know if they give them. I don't know if they did not give them. I don't know anything about that. But I would expect that they would do that.
Yeah.
Now, in the
Yeah,
opposite,
I get your point on that, and
yeah, so the
you're not
opposite
wrong.
point of it
Okay.
is that I have spoken to Dio from Microtraction and I've asked him that why do investors, like, why do Nigerian African investors behave like this? And what he told me was that it's so he tried to explain it to me in terms of like the economics of running a this thing, a fintech, a VC firm. So like if you have like 10 million and you have to give this 10 million to 100 companies, for every company, if you assume that 99% of them 95% of them would like fail and maybe 4% of them will return your money back and then one of them will blow, it means that if you are saying that you are doubling down on one company, you're increasing your risk on that company and reducing your
Yeah.
potential to like you're reducing your like your 1% now is now like 0.8 or something like that. So it's like they would rather just invest in new companies that could potentially become the thing in order to keep
Hmm.
that mathematics going than to like double down, increase their risk and whatever. And in a way I get it. Yes, it makes sense for smaller funds, but I don't think that bigger funds should act like that because the entire point about like being a bigger fund is like you can lead a follow-up round, you can start a follow-up round, you can offer a bridge round. Like that's what makes you different. It's not just like the size of the money that you offer, it's also like the other things that you can do for businesses. So like if you're unable to do that, I don't know what your function is as a big or like a bigger fund. So that's how I feel about everything.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That brings us to the end of this podcast. Thank you very much for being a an audience on this podcast and for contributing. Please like, comment, share. Tell us what topic we should talk about because
Yeah,
we
I wish
usually have this dilemma.
more people should tell us what to talk about so that we'll not have this
Yeah, the four people
had
that
before.
listened last week should tell us.
Yeah,
The
we
four people that
appreciate
listened last
those
week should
four
tell
people,
us.
by the way.
Yep. All right, guys, have a nice one. We
Yeah.
should have an outro. What outro do you think we should have?
I don't know. What's your outro?
What is the title of this podcast again?
Two fake friends.
Two fake friends.
Okay.